Okay, so let's first look at the short questions. If you look at cryptocurrency, the most well-known one is Bitcoin. So you need to know the name and obviously know if you are going to do digital payments in a currency used online, then that would be Bitcoin. Website design needs to be user-friendly. So you need to make sure that you're using a font that's readable. You need to make sure that the colors you're using is not annoying and neon colors. It should be a clean palette. The navigation tools must work. The images that you use must be relevant and not broken. Utility programs includes antivirus programs. It can be a disk cleaner that will clean up your hard drive. It can be a defragment program that will make your structure of your hard drive better. In other words, it will order all your files that has been maybe splattered into fragments, so it's defragging it. And then something like your file manager. If you go into your file manager and you open it up and you see all your files within, that's also a utility program. Then application software and system software is basically application software is things like Word, Excel, Microsoft, PowerPoint, all of those things in the Microsoft suite. That is your application software. Whereas your system software is your for instance, all your operating systems, like for instance, Windows, Android, Mac iOS. So let's take an example. You need system software like Windows in order for your application software to run. Okay, you need to go and study your Excel functions, things like they could ask you a short question like, what kind of Excel function will you use if you want the number, let's say, that appears the most in a data set, then you need to know its mode. Go and read through that Excel formulas that I've given you somewhere in the past. And then volatile versus non-volatile. Remember, volatile means volts. It means it needs that electricity. And I always said non is ROM. So the O in ROM goes with non. So ROM is non-volatile. In other words, it does not need power or electricity or volts in order to work. However, RAM, which is volatile, will need that. Plug and play is the features that you'll get in devices such as speakers or a mouse or a keyboard, any input devices that you will plug into your computer or your PC, and then it will automatically install all the software needed to run this device. So basically it doesn't need that drive, the optic drive like a CD-ROM to download or to install these settings or run the program. It's done automatically. Then if you look at measurements, screen, printers, components, etc., you need to know that a screen is measured diagonally. It is measured from the one point corner to the other side. It is normally given in inches. That is obviously the screen, the size of the screen is in inches. Then printers will be okay. So looking at that was the unit of screen. Then printers speed is ppm. It is pages per minute that's printed. And remember, your printer is also rated in resolution, in other words in pixels. Okay, so the higher your pixels are, the better the quality of your image and your colors that will be printed. I'm not sure what they mean about components. I assume it's CPU, the central processing unit, which is obviously measured in gigahertz. Your flash drives or hard drives or SSD is measured in gigabytes or in terabytes. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we've done. with regards to the measurements. Then HTML is hypertext markup language. Just know your tags. They can maybe ask what's wrong with the tag, look that it's closed. I'm sure they're supposed to give you that that input mask or the tag sheet as well. The difference between a podcast, a blog, and a vlog is a podcast is obviously audio. So it's like a normally like a radio program or like a audio program that somebody is broadcasting. Then you've got your blog. Your blog is an online diary or journal. The difference between a blog and a vlog is the V stands for video. So you will not have text only, you will have video as well. Then the difference between spyware, adware, and malware is that there are all types of, I don't want to use the word virus because not all of them are malicious. Let's quickly run through spyware. So spyware is basically a software. All of them are software. So spyware is a software that will basically look at what you are Googling. What is your pattern? What is your algorithmic search line? Like for instance, TikTok is based on that. So have you ever wondered why all of a sudden all of these TikTok things comes up? It's obviously what you like. So take some time to actually run through liking the good stuff and not only just horrible stuff, so that through that your computer is spying on you. That's a good thing. The other spyware can be bad, obviously. Adware is those pop-ups that you get for advertisements. And then malware is anything that's malicious. For example, that can be stuff like spoofing, go Google spoofing if you forgot about that, farming, phishing. Phishing is financial things being asked. Normally it's got to do with your bank. They're asking for your personal financial things like your account number, etc. And then also farming is when you click on something and it's directing you to another website. So it's misleading in where it's directing you. And then also remember Trojan horse, what it is and what it stands for. Something exposed as something that's not harmful, but in essence it is. Then the caching is a temporary storage. So that's why sometimes you have to clear your cache, and then it's almost like it saves that history of you temporarily in that storage place. Social engineering is normally used for, it can be malicious. So, well, most of the time it's used maliciously when people want certain information from you. Okay, so I just made sure that I am explaining that part correctly with the example I want to use with social engineering. So a type of social engineering is phishing. So basically, remember, phishing is tricking you into giving information by tricking you in the sense of asking you things, wanting information from you, but for the wrong reasons. Okay. Then we're looking at ergonomics. Ergonomics is obviously is how you are seated in your chair. Is the chair that you're working at your computer, is it supporting your back? Is your screen display maybe not too bright? Is the distance from your eyes enough? All of those things. The mouse pad, do you have support? Those gel mats, all of that. It's the ergonomics is basically the study or guidelines or devices set up in a way that will improve your health while sitting at a computer. And then obviously once you don't do that, then things can come up like RSI, which is your repetitive strain injury. and back problems, etc. Then telecommuting is obviously when you work from home, and then that means that you don't have to be in traffic, you can be in the comfort of your own home, etc. OCR and scanners. OCR for the millionth time stands for optical character recognition. It means that if you scan something in to your scanner, it has the ability to basically capture it in a way that you can edit or format that. Okay, so for instance, let's say I'm scanning in a document as an image, the OCR will be able to recognize these characters and put it in a way. It's almost like converting PDF to Word. Same thing, okay? Then when you archive something, you archive is a temporary storage. Sometimes WhatsApp's asking you to archive something that's temporarily. Backup is obviously storage. That's something you can do to prevent loss of your files. File extensions refer to the little 3 letters, normally 3, maybe more, after a file name. So that can include, let's say, .docx, which means it is a Word. Program, and then also dot mp3 can obviously refers to songs, which is audio. MP4 includes your videos, and then like I'm doing now, it's an MP4. And then PDF stands for portable digital file, so just take note of that. And then you've got your access table properties. That's things you need to go and study, just run through it. They can ask you maybe things like what's wrong with the query, and you'll have to check that everything is set there. Remember, your operators, bigger as smaller as. If you only want a specific a piece of a word, you need to use like and then the word or the letter that it starts with. Okay.